Hello, welcome. I'm so happy to have you back. I am Fontaine Michael Clark, your alchemist for radical change and transformation, and this is Be Bonafide, a place for redesigning, reimagining, reaffirming everything you need to have that bona fide life, that life of authenticity, that life of joy, that life of happiness that you create. You create it from your intuition and living by what is inside of you and what is inside of your soul to move and catapult yourself forward. Let's go into episode 2 right away. There's so much to talk about. And again, thank you for being here. I am honored to have you. This week, we're going to discuss that intuition. We're going to lean a little bit more into what it means to have a seat in your soul that you actually learn to listen to and be guided by. Okay, what I ask myself a million times a day is, am I listening to myself, right? When I say listening to yourself, are you listening to the voice that is you inside of your physical form that tells you left from right, up from down, go or don't go, right? That voice is leading the charge. That voice is a whisper and a word from God and from Spirit. And oftentimes we don't lean into that voice. We don't listen to that voice to be able to be guided in a way that is divine. One of the questions I have for you today is, how do you use your intuition, and how do you say what you mean to say? Right? How do you say what you mean to say? So question number 1 for you would be a simple thing. When someone asks you, what do you want to eat? Right? Where do you want to go for dinner tomorrow, honey? Right? And you hit them with the I don't know, or my favorite, the I don't care. Okay? Those simple things take away from the value and the validation of your own mind and soul. Let me give you an example. Most of the time when you say I don't know or I don't care to something, you actually do care and have a thought of what that said thing should be, but you don't value your own thought and your own thought process. Let me say it again. You don't value your own thoughts and your own thought process. Now, what that looks like is everybody else has the answer but me. What that looks like is they probably know better than me. Okay? You're not honoring your intuition, your gut, that's telling you, actually, I want tacos. Actually, beef would be good today. Actually, no meat Monday. Right? Where do you want to go? Actually, I had a thought about maybe going to the park. Right? If you can't say what you mean to say in the little, small, mundane, everyday accents of your life, when it comes to work, when it comes to your job, your career, and someone asks you a question where you go, sounds good to me, or I don't care really, whichever way you want to go, right? Then your own opinion, your thoughts, your betterment, your solution to a problem is never heard. It's never heard. But you're the one sitting up stirring at night, wondering, why didn't I say that? Or I never get picked for this, or this never happens for me. The universe, God, people around you don't know what you need or want because you're closed mouth. One of the things my mother used to say is a closed mouth. What? A closed mouth? Don't get fed. Okay? You have to say what you mean to say. Not cussing everybody out, not being, this whirlwind of noise coming out of your mouth. I'm saying thinking of what it is that you need in whatever moment of time that is, taking it from thought and speaking on it. not allowing your insecurities or your validation that you need from others to stop your voice. Your voice. It's just like honoring and respecting time, honoring and respecting self. You have to honor and respect your voice. What you're saying, how you say it. Here's a story. I remember one time I was working at the bank many moons ago, and I was working at the teller line, the window line where, you would come in and drive up and put your stuff in the chute and it would come down. Now in the winter, it was mighty cold, and a lot of the patrons and customers brought their dogs. So we had dog treats that we would give them at the counter. Typical for many banks. But I didn't want to be by the window anymore, and I was tired of handing out dog treats, right? So when the branch manager asked me, did I want to move over to the front? There was a new girl coming in that was like in a rotation or something. And I said, doesn't matter. I don't really care. It's fine. Didn't want to ruffle any feathers. Didn't want anybody to think, one way or the other. Long story short, I stuck by the window in the winter. The new girl came in and got the front position, and clearly I belong in the front, right? Right? So I sat up and stirred all night. I sat up and stirred for weeks, regretting and beating myself up about why I didn't say what I meant to say. Why? I didn't honor my voice. I didn't honor what I wanted out of whatever the situation was. Right? But I'm the one that sat up and stirred at night about it. Right? So I implore you, just this week with Mantra Monday today, I need you to say what you mean to say. And say it with your soul. Whatever it is, in any situation it could be. At work, with the kids, especially communicating with a loved one or a spouse or a significant other. That's when it's really most important, and when you commune with the higher. Okay? If you can't say what you mean to say, no one knows what that is. No one's in your head. No one's in there going, oh, you really want burgers. Or, oh, you really did have a great solution to that problem in the presentation we submitted. Can we go over your ideas and details? You won't have those opportunities. Opportunities won't come when that closed mouth, you got to open it up. Closed mouth, don't get fed. And I'm going to need you to eat. Okay? I'm going to need you to eat. Strengthen that muscle, strengthen that ability within yourself now to be able to say, hey, this is what I need in this time. This is what I want in this time. Yes, I would like this. No, I don't want to go there. I appreciate this, but there's so many synonyms and adjectives you can use. Leave it in the comments below. What is one of those things that when somebody says, hey, would you like to do this or that? Or what do you want? And your response is always the quick, well, whatever. No big deal. I don't know. How can we start to combat that so that you can have that strength within yourself to say what you mean to say? Okay, mantra for this Monday: I will say what I mean to say, and I will say it with my soul. I'm going to say what I mean to say, and I will honor it within. Okay? Thank you so much for listening today. We will definitely go back into this a little bit deeper. I just wanted to get a good mantra out there for you this week. I will say what I mean to say. Okay? Don't let up on it. As soon as you go to say, I don't know, think about it. What is actually the answer? What is the actual thing that you're thinking at the time? Whether it sounds silly, goofy, indifferent or not, say it, because you'll feel better. You'll feel like your best self afterwards. Okay? Say what you mean to say. honor your time, and of course, as always, be bona fide. I'll talk to you soon. Hello, welcome. I'm so happy to have you back. I am Fontaine Michael Clark, your alchemist for radical change and transformation, and this is Be Bona Fide, a place for redesigning, reimagining, reaffirming,